day 303, and we're getting ready to have a little rain here. We got complete cloud coverage. See if I can get a quick few steps in. Colossians chapters 2 and 3. I'm going to camp in chapter 2, which is really interesting for me because I needed this personally this morning. I've titled today, "What Does Your Attitude Reflect?" And Paul is talking about the overflowing and the desire to want to be self-disciplined when we are captivated by love and God's love and want to live in that and bear the fruit of that. And it should come from a place of want, I want to do this. I'm compelled to do this. And so then it's not as hard. It might be a little bit hard, which is why the word discipline is used. It might not come fully naturally, but you do it willingly. It's a willing, happy, or joyful discipline versus the kind of rule following deprivation, I have to do this, and because I'm doing it and I'm working so hard, I'm good because of it type of stuff that the law causes in people. And how easy it is to get off track and be confused, because the way humans are wired is to have sort of an earning relationship with life, with God, with each other. If I do this and I work really hard and I prove myself, then I'm worthy and then I'm good. And, we can feel good about ourselves because we're just trying so hard. And this is what the law creates in us. That's the attitude of... And then, because I'm working so hard, and I might even be doing things I don't really want to do, I'm going to judge my neighbor. I'm going to judge you. I'm going to have attitudes about you and what you're doing. You're not doing it right. I'm over here. I'm doing it right. And it's that type of attitude. So when you see that popping up in yourself, that should be like a red flag as a believer, going, ooh, what's going on here? What's happening here? And that's what Paul is warning this church about. Check your attitude. And he uses the word pious twice, at least in my translation. Pious self-discipline and doing things that are require devoutness and strict bodily, management, discipline, resisting any urges you might have. That reflects the attitude of the heart. Your heart's not really in it. I'm doing it because it's the right thing to do. Everybody's telling me I should do it, and I'm going to do it even though I don't really want to. And because I'm doing it, and it's so hard to do, and I'm working so hard to do it, then I'm a good person. I'm good, and I can be self-righteous. It's that self-righteousness versus God righteousness, or the universal oneness, realizing that when I live this way is because I want to, and I see and I'm focused on the long-term benefits of it, and I'm happily or more joyfully doing it with a joyful heart, a joyful attitude. Attitude is when you look up the definition of it, it's how you stand in relationship to something, or even the attitude of a ship or a plane. The smallest adjustment in an attitude makes a big difference in the long-term direction and destination. A 1 degree different attitude difference in a plane or a ship consistently over time puts it from here to way over here, way over there. And if we don't check ourselves, that's why staying tethered and close to God, and through prayer and this daily, we need it daily, we're going to easily drift off And then it's going to start to feel good. Oh, we work so hard, and our attitude can be way off, and we might not even see it or know it because of the way the human is designed. And then before you know it, and you see it in evidence everywhere out in the world, walk in any church, and you're going to see this attitude. Self-righteous, judgy, I'm doing it better than you're doing. Look at you. You better get your act together and get it right. And you're not praying hard enough or good enough, or, you see it everywhere, even within the church. And they've been dealing with it forever because it's a human heart condition, our attitude, and how easily we can be taken off course when we're not feeding ourselves and our heart, our spirit, on things of a spiritual nature. And how easily we can just fall into the trap of the law and just trying so hard. And because we know better, and so we're trying to do better, even though we don't really know better, because it hasn't made it from here to here. It's an academic knowing. And so then, which requires a lot of effort. When you're doing something only because you know and you've been told it's better, but you don't really agree with it in your heart and you don't know it at the heart level, you're going to always be in the struggle and in the suffering. And you're going to cause other people. You're going to take other people down with you. And that is the danger of the law. And these people are struggling because their identity is with the law. And it takes a while to walk it out in faith and learn the new way. But that is what is required of us, is to do things in a new way, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it makes you set apart or other than, but not from a pious standpoint, but from a heart standpoint. Like, you have to be willing to be judged by the pious ones and the ones who are living life differently now, and just lovingly go, yep, this is part of it. I've got to, and willingly and joyfully, maybe being judged. Like, that is evidence, that I may be living in a more correct way, aligned with God now versus with humans. When these other humans who are doing it the worldly way get upset with me, that's a good sign. There's a couple of changes I'm trying to make in my life right now, and my people-pleasing self is like, oh, but they won't like me if I do this. And is it right if they, where I'm caught in that right now. Not fully, I'm doing it anyway, because I do know the better choice for me, and that it aligns with my purpose and my calling and with God more. But it's hard when you're in it, to resist your former way of being. You almost have to surf an urge to this is hard to walk in this new way. But I'm doing it with joy. I'm doing it anyway, and I'm letting go of the rules and the expectations of others, and stepping more into where I feel God is calling me. But staying tuned in with the Spirit, checking my attitude, and making sure I'm not taken off of my course because of being pulled like a magnet would be pulled over to the people, back into the people-pleasing side. That's where I have a lot of vulnerability personally. And learning to be in a new way just takes time. I have to build new evidence, new experiences. So then, and I have to go through a time of self-discipline, that at sometimes even feels a little like deprivation, but it's not. It's definitely not from a pious. Pious is fake. Pious is, I don't really want to do this, but I'm going to do it because it's good. It's good. It's making me good in my own efforts to do this thing, where I am now even having to rely not on my own strength to do something, and knowing that it's hard and it's definitely not making me better in the eyes of others. It's even the opposite for certain people. So anyway, learning how to be in a new way and learning how to really be aligned with God takes a lot of, and your divine appointment here in mission takes a lot of disappointing a lot of people or potentially, or even thinking that for me. Like, I don't know if that's actually true. This is just my beliefs. Like, because I'm used to doing that is my litmus test. It's not, does Felicia want to do this? Is this what God is having me do? It's like, does so-and-so expect that? And would they be happy if I did it? So that's an attitude that I'm checking in with now. And that's really trying to reflect my heart. My heart really wants to be aligned with the bigger picture and how I can really help in that way by being and doing fully what I was designed to do and be, versus this people pleasing and in my own strength and following a prescription according to society or church even. And that, yeah, check your attitude and see what it's reflecting in your heart. And if there's a lot of white knuckling, hard discipline, like look how, and doing it like, look how good I am because I'm trying so hard, you might want to check yourself. All right, I will talk to you later, because when you look at yourself that way, you look at others that way. And you're never going to be able to get to a place of non-judgment with people and look at them like Jesus looks at them if you're doing this in your heart. You won't even allow yourself to be looked at that way. You won't, your hands will not be open to grace and love. Okay, talk to you later. Rise and shine. Colossians chapter 2. Bye.